But it shouldn't be, oh my God, I see on my timeline. Oh my God, you always posting.
Hi you guys, it is your favorite pretty girl Peeps, here with another video. So you guys have been asking for quite some time, and I finally gotten around to starting my influencer series here on YouTube. Woo, 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 woo. So it's just gonna be random influencer stuff that I want to talk about. The first video that I did that I didn't include in the series, but it's a part of the series, is going to be my video on Instagram bonus reels and how you can make money with that. Then there'll be a part 2 coming on that one. But this is like the first official one in the series. And this one, as you notice from the title, is just going to be called Being an Influencer, the pros, the cons. Being an influencer, the pros, the cons. Of course, there's pros and cons of everything, but I think sometimes when people see influencers, they only see the pros. They don't necessarily see the behind the scenes or the work that goes into it. So I'm going to try to make this video short because I have a lot more videos in the influencer series. And if you guys have any videos or any questions that you want to see in regards to being an influencer or content creator, to some people those are interchangeable, to some people they are not, and I understand why that is. But they have a lot of similarities, I'll say that, but they're not the same for sure. And I feel like a lot of these answers are based on some of the things I talked about in my book, shameless plug, Impact Over Influence. I'm going to link that in the bio. I also do influencer coaching, and that will be linked in the bio as well. Just want to throw that out there. So if at the end of the video you still feel like, hey, I want to be an influencer, hey, we welcome you with welcome arms, but let me help you, right? So I'm going to start off with the pros. And this is kind of off the dome. I want to write something down, but I really wanted this to be more free fall, more organic, more straight from the heart. So in regards to pros, of course, one of the biggest things is that you get to show your artistic and creative ability on a daily basis. Like, I got to play and make a blue eyeshadow, and people probably think I'm crazy, but not as crazy as they would if I was just randomly, you know, playing in blue eyeshadow. You know what I mean? You get to really try out things and be creative and show your spark and visually, like, show the world who you are through pictures, through videos. And you get to also, like, bring awareness to things that people need or that people could use that, you know, you normally probably would be quiet on, or you normally probably wouldn't necessarily make a big deal out of with, like, your followers. So that part is pretty cool. You get to work with brands, some brands you may have never heard of, some brands that you may love. Like, for instance, you know, I've gotten to work with the Lip Bar, Swank Posh, No Name No Shade, Afterpay, Vaseline, brands like that. So that's super duper cool that you get that opportunity to do that. You know what I mean? Lily Lashes, got Lily Lashes on right now, got Lip Bar on right now, the Hoop Mob got hoops on right now. So it's really like you're helping a brand build awareness for their brand. A lot of people have realized, especially businesses, that influencer marketing is here to stay. So you do get to help drive brand awareness. So just a little tidbit, one of my minors is actually business. My major was PR. And my other minor was theater, if that matters. But in regards to the business, marketing was more so my, like, specialization. So anything marketing, anything business marketing really just makes my mind go like, ooh. And I love search engine optimization, search engine marketing. So it really allows me to use that side of my brain and be creative and think about how to market things to people. And I think that's the cool side of it. Like, you're really using that creative part of your brain every single day as an influencer. You get to meet new people. You get to talk to new people. People come in your DMs and tell you stories that they may relate to. Like, when I was pregnant and I was going through my postpartum anxiety, I had a lot of women come to me and share their stories with me. Or when I was breastfeeding and I was going through my dramatic weight loss, I had a lot of girls come to me and talk to me about that. And I think it's really just inspirational being able to be that for people and being able to be someone who can make an impact. Or, like, I've done fundraisers before. I've done community service through my brand. I've done events through my brand. And I think that part of being an influencer is super cool. Or going to events as an influencer, taking pictures as an influencer. All those things are, you know, super cool, super positive. So the biggest perk, clearly, I left it for last, is you make money. Like, you can make money from your posts. You can make money from the different social media platforms like Instagram. I'm going to tag that Instagram Reels video below. TikTok, YouTube, brand posts, working on different influencer platforms, which I probably will make a video about which influencer platforms I like and which ones I don't. Like, as far as, like, influencer marketing platforms, not like social media platforms, which are two different things. but you make money, or like you can sell things and people pay for your expertise. So you can make a profit off of being an influencer. You can get paid for working with brands. You can get paid for modeling for brands. You can get paid affiliate links. That's like one of the biggest ways you can get paid, is working with a brand. And when people buy stuff and you use your discount code, like I know you probably look at influencers like, it's always a discount code, but that's how a lot of us make our money. You know, it's through discount codes. I've made a really large lump sum of money from a lot of the brands that I work with. Two of the biggest brands I've worked with that I made the most money from have been Swank Posh and the Lip Bar. I'm sure I can disclose that because that's my life. But yeah, so those are just a few of the quick pros. You know, of course you get to model free clothes, you get to model free makeup. That part's pretty cool. Or like I've even been able to get my hair done for free being an influencer. So I mean, there's a lot of perks of it. You know, people know your name, people see you out on the street, people like, hey, you pretty girl peeps, hey, you pretty girl peeps, da da da. So that leads me into some of the cons. You are putting yourself out there as a public figure, meaning your life is under a microscope, meaning your pictures are under a microscope, your videos are under a microscope. If you go out into the real world and people see you, you are under a microscope. Like you feel this need to go out and look up to par every time you go out, because you never know who you're going to see. You never know who's going to be like, oh, I saw pretty girl peeps out and she was not looking up to par. She was not looking like her pictures, or her nails was looking crusty, you know. Or when you take pictures, you have friends, family sending them to other people, or you have, you know, people like, zooming in and then like, did you know your right toe on your pinky toe is off? Girl, people can see that. You know, people zoom in and, can I see your lace on your wig? You are under a microscope and you have to have thick skin. And I'm one of the most emotional people, you know. So I have really, over the years, had to like develop a thick skin because it will eat you alive. Like, and I'm a small micro influence. Like, imagine the macro influencers like Jackie Aina. Like, I've seen some people say some hurtful stuff to her, and it's like, who don't love Jackie? Jackie. Or like the Aaliyah face or Kyra Amanique. You see people talk about them, or, you know, talk gossip about them, and it's just like, you have to have thick skin. Like, you cannot let it affect you like that. What I do is I take what I need and leave what I don't. You know, because some criticisms, you know, like at one point in time, somebody had told me about like my clothes. They were like, your clothes are gorgeous when you model them or when you do your fashion, but they're a little wrinkled. And they were right. So now I make sure to steam my stuff, you know. It's going to get steamed. I got a good quality steamer. I have 2 quality steamers, you know what I mean? So I feel like that part is a con, but, you know, it can be a plus because it motivates you to really be on your ish because you know people are watching. Another con is just, it's a lot of work. To do content, to do this video with you guys today, I had to do my makeup. Like, as an influencer, I feel like I can't just come and look cray-cray because somebody's going to judge it. Somebody's going to talk about it. And it's like, as an influencer, you always hear, and I've heard this even from friends who are not influencers, like, you want to be the girl that other girls want to be. And you want to be the girl who the guys want to, you know, I'm not going to say it, but you want to be that's what you want to be. And it's kind of like, it's a con because it's just like, you always feel like you gotta be on appearance wise. Like me, I feel like I'm very down to earth, very realistic, very authentic. And I do show my fresh face, and I do transitions where you can see my face and my skin and things like that. And I talk about skincare and its importance and things like that. But I also know I have to present myself a certain way, which takes time. You know, I can't just come like a guy influencer, you know, who don't got hair. He just show up, maybe slap on some moisturizer if you want to do that, spray on some cologne and go. I can't do that. You know, I got to put my best foot forward because especially a platform like Instagram is very visually driven. It's very, what do you look like? What do your pictures look like? You know, TikTok, you could get away with that. TikTok has a lot of filters. TikTok is more so people just bearing their all and being themselves and being funny, being cool, which is why I really do love TikTok. Another con is, again, the time it takes that goes into it to create content, to get dressed up to shoot content, to go shoot content, to use cameras. You got to ask your friends, do you mind taking a picture of me? You got to ask your husband, do you mind taking a picture of me? Do you mind taking a picture of me? Can we take pictures? Do you mind this? Do you mind this? Then you got to actually like look back over the pictures, pick the best pictures, make the pictures look aesthetically pleasing. Then you got to look at your analytics so you can see which pictures worked, which pictures didn't. If you're like me, you work a 9 to 5, you probably got to squeeze all your content into 2 days, or you got to wake up super early before your work shift to do content. It's super duper tiring. You have to create captions. You have to figure out which hashtags work best. You have to talk to your followers in your stories. You have to respond to DMs. You have to reach out to brands. It is a lot of work. And a lot of days you will not be motivated. And when you're not motivated, that discipline has to kick in. right? Something other than the motivation has to kick in. You have to create a strategy. You have to be willing to do those things. And I'm going to make a video about that part, so I'm not going to go too into it. But those are kind of some of the cons. But to me, I guess the biggest thing is just friends and family not supporting. I think that part hurts too, because it's like you think, okay, I'm starting something new. Everybody who loves me is going to be so excited. They're going to be so happy for me. And as an influencer, I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, a lot of times, those are your biggest critics and haters a lot of time, unfortunately. And I think you have to realize it's not that they're hating on you necessarily. It's just, it's probably a part of you that they have not seen, or a part of you that when you do that, it makes them feel like you're not the same, I guess. And I think you can't let that get to you, because you've elevated and you're leveling up. You know, it's like, you can't expect me to stay the same, you know, like, and I do know some influencers who completely change, but it's like, I think people don't realize, like, or people who will be like, oh, you hang around other influencers now. Sometimes it's easier because you can talk to them about influencer stuff and they don't get bored, or they don't be like, hey, let's talk about influencer stuff, or hey, you want to take it to 20 million pictures. You don't deal with that a lot, which is why I wish I had more influencer friends personally. You know, not saying, you know, I do have friends who are willing to take pictures sometimes, but I know that gets tiring, you know, or I want friends who I can go shoot them in some content with my fancy camera. They can shoot me with some content in my fancy camera. So that's a con too. It's like, you don't always have that support system that you need, as an influencer. So that can be a con as well. And there's more, but I think those are like the top ones that I can think of. But overall, I think doing it is a good idea. We all have something that we're good at. We all have something to share to the world. And by being an influencer, I hear a lot of people a lot of times, like, I recently have started doing more perfumes. Like, I can't tell you how many women have went and bought this Marc Jacobs Perfect and tell me they love the way it smells because I told them about it. And that's something, you know, I try to be brutally honest. Like, if I love something, I'm gonna tell you. If I'm Luke about something, I'm gonna tell you. If I hate something, I'm gonna tell you. And I think a lot of influencers, especially once they start getting those brand deals, they will tell you this water tastes like syrup for you to buy it. And I'm not gonna do that. But I think those are some of the initial pros and cons that I want to talk about. I have so many other videos within the series. I don't want to talk about one part too much. Kind of just want to drop a couple here, there. Another part too is you got to pay taxes if you actually legalize and create an LLC behind your personal brand. You have to pay for a lot of stuff. I talked about a pro was getting money. A con is you got to spend money. You got to buy equipment. You got to buy lights. You got to buy makeup. You got to buy clothes. If you know you're not getting sent this stuff, especially in the beginning, you got to file it on your taxes. You might have to go to a couple events and snooze, you know, and meet the people at the brands you want to work with. You got to type emails. You got to pitch. You got to create a media kit. Maybe you don't know how to do that yourself, so you got to get somebody to do it. You got to get a logo. Maybe you aren't good with visual art, so you got to pay somebody to do that. So, like I said, though, it's a journey. I would not change for anything. I started this journey a very long time ago. I want to say at this point, it's been, what, maybe 7 years, maybe 7 or 8 years that I've been doing this, and maybe took it serious for the last 5. And I really wish I would have started taking it seriously at the jump. I would have been a lot further than what I am. And I think I just let other people tell me, like, don't go too far. And because of the type of person I am, I was kind of like, oh, people don't like me if I go too far. Now I'm like, get with it or get lost, okay? And I think that has helped a lot. Like, if you are my true friend, you might not rock with makeup, you may not rock with fashion, you may not rock with lifestyle, whatever. But if you are my true friend, you are not going to down me for exploring my dreams, for doing something that makes me happy. You are not going to be the person to be like, you always posting all the time. This is my business. I better be posting all the time. You should be on my back as a friend. Like, when you posting, girl, you ain't post today. When that post coming, you ain't post today. You need some help. You want to go downtown Detroit and shoot some content? Because I ain't seen content in 2 days. But it shouldn't be, oh my God, I'm always seeing on my timeline. Oh my God, you always posting. No, hype me up. And sometimes you gotta be your own hype man. That is a pro and a con. You got to have your own back in this industry. Whether you got influencer friends or not, you know, and show love to other influencers. I'm gonna say that. And again, there's certain things I'm trying to say because I have like 10 videos planned for this series. So I'm gonna leave it right here for right now because I said 10 minutes and I'm going on 15. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment below because your girl is trying to get monetized on YouTube. And again, it is your favorite pretty girl Peeps. And make sure y'all buy that book, Impact Over Influence. If you want to be an influencer, I give a lot of tips in that book. Link is below in the description. All right, bye for real this time.